to and good evening to everyone. I want to thank you for joining us in our first class of 2024 about building a strong online presence, a guide for realtors. We're going to be talking about how to leverage social media to increase viewership and engagement. This class series is put on by the fine people of All Financial Services, Bill Dent and Ron Thomas. So, welcome to the class. Being able to establish your presence is critical. While everyone is searching for the success overnight, this course will give you the foundational tools needed to build your online presence and create your own lane. Right? So, there's no magic bullet. Like everything that you do is all building towards something bigger, something greater. But the tools and skills and resources that we're going to be talking about this evening are going to help you do just that. All right, so welcome. You're in the right place. If you don't fully understand, don't make me no. Of course, it's trying to update the app. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. It wouldn't let me not click on it. All right, now it's coming back to it. Yeah, we on a roll too. Hold on. Going back here. Going here. Presenter view. Here. Exit off. Got it. Record. Screen share. Screen share. Audience window. Can you all see the audience window again?
Yes.
All right, great. All right, so you're in the right place if you don't fully understand social media, you're unsure about how to engage your audience, what topics to talk about or create, what monthly plan you should build yourself around as far as like what kind of tasks and things you should do, how to stay connected with people who you don't need or may not need a house right now, and then you just need to get away from your kids for the next 45 minutes. You are in the right place. A little bit about me for those who have not met me. Dr. Austin Hill. I am your instructor for this evening. Basic information about me. Full time, I am a college administrator. That's my full time gig. So I love education. I love teaching and connecting with people. I've been doing content for about 4 years since the pandemic. I was able to focus my energy around creating and crafting stories for clients to help grow and develop their brands. Uh, I am married with one child, Corey, my wife, Brittany, and things that I mainly shoot are real estate, realtor, branding, weddings, video, and portrait photography. Just to go around the room real quick to get a feel, if some of the agents might take a moment to introduce themselves and the name of their brokerage and what they're hoping to get out of tonight's class.
Hi, my name is Makisha Hopkins. I'm with EXP, the Synergy Group. I'm hoping to get the basics out of this class because I do not do content and I am tired of you fussing at me to do it.
Excellent. Go on.
Hi, I'm Janika Batson, and I'm with the Griffin Higgins team of Keller Williams. I currently do a little bit of content, not much. So I'm just basically, I just want to learn a little bit more.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I keep taking a bite every time somebody goes into the room. I'm Naya Shade. I am with EXP, the Synergy Group, and I am here just to learn all that I can.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brittany Moore. I actually am not an agent. I work with Jerry Bozeman with the Bozeman Home Team of Cummings & Co. And I currently handle a bunch of her things, but one of the things being her social media. So I'm just here to just get a little bit more information to improve and make things better.
I know we have Alana and Dion. They might be tied up. So we will.
I'm available. Hey, everyone. This is Alana Davis. I am the associate broker and partner at Realty One Group Universal, and I guess I'm here, like someone else said, so I don't get yelled at anymore, and to improve my online presence.
All right.
Hi, everyone. I am Jaleesa Breckenridge. I'm with Realty One Group Universal. As well, Alana is my associate broker, and I'm also here to improve on my content because Austin doesn't play about it. So,
And I appreciate that. And for those who know me, know I really want the best for everybody, right? And I'm big on teaching and seeing like how I can help those accomplish and reach their goals. Because posting alone is not going to cut it, right? So, this course, understanding data and data analytics course and things of that nature are really going to get into, what we should be doing, how to research topics and things of that nature. So, the first question is, what is your current audience made up of, right? Like, if I asked you all to give me an overview of your current audience that follow you on social media, what are they made up of? Like, statistics wise. Crickets.
I've recently just looked at this for the page that I manage. And I want to say like the analytics showed women between the ages of like 35 and 50, all in Baltimore County, Owens Mills area, some in Baltimore City. That's what I gathered from just looking at it.
So, second question, does that mirror what you're trying to connect with or work with?
That is a very good question. I think it does a little bit, but I think that the agent that I'm working with is trying to break into a different market. So just trying to figure out how to tap into that will be good.
Excellent, excellent.
Hey, Austin, this is Ron Thomas. I'm the sales manager at All Financial Services. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Ron. Hey, go ahead.
So I've been kind of on this little social media journey for a while, and my goal is to make sure, like you said, that we're targeting the right audience. But more importantly, the engagement part of it is where I find is crucial, because you can have the best content in the world, but if it's not reaching the target audience, then really, what is that doing? I think one of the really good for me, it's very easy as far as my target audience. I'm looking for real estate agents, some local and others in the states that we're in. I try to follow those pages and comment on those pages that I'd like to target to get that engagement and ultimately gain business from real estate agents. For me, it's all about maximizing the center of influence. So as opposed to targeting individual clients, then we'll talk to agents, because consumers and prospect homeowners, naturally they just go to the agent first. But I think it's important for the agents on the line to establish, not only who they want to target, but how do they get their client base, or how do they acquire, the home buyers that they're looking for. And then second part of that is, if it's just the average first-time home buyer, or maybe second-time home buyer, I would encourage them to look at outside of those prospects and look into the investor world, the commercial space. As more people try to gather up the first-time home buyer, the market share becomes less, and ultimately, it's not really a plug, but to have a lender that offers those programs that allow you to, cater or service investors will ultimately increase your client base and your closings. So I just think it's important, in addition to who are you targeting, once you establish that, how do you get engagement with those folks? So sorry for the tangent, but just one thing that came to my mind.
Well, no, I mean, I had a slide plugged in for you and Bill early on, but I mean, you just hit it on the head. Ron is big on how to create a community and engage people. That's why he and Bill have sponsored these class series because of how big and how important it is. But I mean, you hit it on the head. Like, being intentional, how to look at tools and resources and what to be able to do is important. And we're going to kind of go over all of those things and specifically what tools and resources I use to be able to engage clientele and client base. For those individuals who don't know what the demographics are, we can go ahead and begin to take a look, right? So these are actually my page's current demographics, right? So on Facebook, I have about 550 followers. On Instagram, I have approaching 3,000 followers. As you can see from a demographic standpoint, they pretty much mirror one another as far as percentages go, right? Percentages, age groups, and demographics. Instagram just has a little bit more of a slide towards the 18 to 24 population, mainly because it's a younger app. But as you can see, that really fits the niche or the age bracket that I'm looking to target. You know, typically majority of my clients are between the ages of 25 to 55 years of age, and they're typically females. So it looks like from a consistency standpoint, I am posting in that right demographic and interacting with them. For those who are unsure about how to find out, you want to go on Facebook to your professional dashboard. You go to Meta Business Suite, and then you go to the Insights tab. And once you click on all of those options, you then begin to see some of those insights. If you have your Facebook pulled up right now, or if I give somebody 30 seconds to pull it up, I want you to take a look and then tell me what your demographics are reading and if that appears to be close to what you would deem your current audience to look like. Take a couple seconds. So who is the first that has their insights possibly pulled up that we can take a look at or talk about?
I have mine pulled up.
Okay, excellent. So talk to me about your demographics. What are they reading say?
On my Facebook business page, I have 194 likes and 302 followers.
Okay.
That's about it.
What about Instagram?
Instagram.
So the two should be right next to each other when you're reading the data.
Instagram, I have 141 followers, so not too many on Instagram yet.
Well, don't, yes, and that's another thing. Like, don't pay attention to the quantity. Pay attention to the demographic more or less, and I'll explain to you why. But what does the demographic look like as far as the age range and percentage breakdown between male and female?
Okay. Let me go back to Facebook. It's just taking me a little minute.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
You can come back to me if you want. I just need to
Okay.
locate it.
No, it's fine. And it's one of the things we can definitely circle back to. So the reason why the number is not as important as the breakdown is that what Instagram and Facebook are going to do, they're naturally social networks. So they're going to create what are called lookalike audiences and put you in front of people who mirror the audience that you're currently following. So if the percentage was not reflective of who your clientele or client base typically looks like, you might want to change that. So for you all, if your client base are following you lean more to the male demographic and the younger demographic, and that's not who you're typically selling to, if you look at your year-end statistics and data, then you may want to look at some of the content you're putting out and seeing if it's appealing to the right audience that you're looking to try to connect with. So there are 3 platforms that I would tell any agent who is really starting and building their audience to really focus on, right? It's going to be Facebook, it's going to be Instagram, it's going to be YouTube. In Facebook, you're going to handle it differently than you do the other 3 communities. You on Facebook, you're going to want to build a community, whether it is a group that you create in order to be able to place people into, to provide them with information and nurture them over time. You want to leverage relationships, meaning that you're building a network of people that you can share posts with, share information with, and be able to build that camaraderie with on a day in and day out basis. And then you want to create those direct connections, create those subgroups, begin DMing and working with individuals on that platform. With Instagram, it's really designed to be quick bites, right? So you want to do quick bites of information, whether it be photos, whether it be videos, whether it be reels, but it's really designed to be consumed in very quick bite style format, right? The big thing is the power of sharing and reposting. The more that a post or something is shared and reposted, the better off your profile is going to be able to grow and develop. So start thinking about when you're providing good quality information, how it's going to be shared amongst the network. How you're going to get people those call to actions, to have people interact will then project you a lot further. And then creating a lot of short form content to grasp viewership, right? So some people call it controversial, some people call it, bite size or whatever it may be. But you want to start to develop content that is going to be short form and able to be consumed really quickly when people are just scrolling by and looking. And then with YouTube, everything you do, you want it to be built around SEO, right? Being built around SEO, meaning that somebody can search a topic, search an idea, and be able to come across your page. People are searching for ideas and concepts all the time. So you really want to focus on how to create those SEO style video posts and video content in order to help grow your presence. And then make those into short form and long form video content. So if you're doing a buyer's workshop or buyer's seminar, taking that long form content, and because of all the topics you're going to cover and talk about, it can chop into a lot of short form content in the future. Questions so far? All right. So the biggest thing, right? In these social media platforms, you are going to only be one of 3 different things. You're only going to be one of 3 different things. And remember this, you're either going to be a connector, a contributor, or a celebrity. One of the 3 C's. Those are the only 3 things that you're typically going to end up being. So if you're a connector on Facebook or a contributor, you're looking to build Facebook groups and provide info so people can interact, right? So you want to be known as somebody who problem solves, who knows people, who is interconnected. Somebody who says, hey, if you need to get something done, if you need to get a property, you need to get a deal done, whatever it is, like you need to be known as that individual. That in turn is going to help you grow and then be able to do more in your business. So think of it like this, right? We've all been in those Buy Black Baltimore groups or Buy Black whatever groups, and somebody will say, hey, I need somebody who bakes cakes, right? And we've all seen the friend who's really good at baking cakes, and maybe they don't get mentioned, and we see the person who's not as good as baking cakes, but because they've spent so much time building community that everybody and their mom is going to refer them. That is why Facebook is so big on being a connector and contributor, because when you are intentional about being one of those 2 things, it's going to show itself within the application. So, that's why if you're looking to do things on those platforms and networks, like it's important to really be intentional about those actions on those 2 things. Or you can be a celebrity, and a celebrity is somebody that everybody knows just naturally because of who they are. So in turn, they're going to refer and share out that person's page for that reason. And an example of that would be somebody that everybody sees from an agent standpoint that is everywhere, here, there, and everywhere, and may not be as accessible from a community standpoint. I don't know if you are starting out, if you want to go on the route, but if you do, that's going to take a lot of hours, a lot of manpower, a lot of making yourself always available in that regard. Questions about building an audience with Facebook so far?
So Austin, I have a question.
Yes.
So I have a personal Facebook page and a business Facebook page. I don't know how to build an audience on my business Facebook page.
Okay. So one of the things that you one of the things you could do that's a great question is what is something that Keisha is really good at outside of real estate? What is something that Keisha is really good at?
Shopping.
Okay. So Keisha would build a Baltimore shopping deals group on Facebook for like home decor, right? And each week she's going to focus around either Amazon or something local that has an amazing home decor situation. In turn, she's going to begin to post those things, post trends, post color trends, post, information around that. What that's going to do is that is a task that is associated with home building, buying, or something with the home ownership process, which is going to make people want to jump into the group. And then you begin to build your name in that network as being a connector of things associated related to homes. But you do that by making a Facebook group. Does that help?
Yes, thank you. I mean, it does, but it don't. I'll be asking more questions.
All right. So why does it don't? No, let's talk about that.
I don't know, Austin. I feel like it probably don't help because I just don't know where to start.
So literally, you go make a Facebook group.
Oh, okay.
Look, like so, and I'll demo that when we get off. I can't right now because I'm on the Canva app and not my computer, but I'll be able to demo that before we, so put a pin in that.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Other questions before we move on from here? Okay. So Instagram, you need to establish your why. You need to establish your why early because truth be told, there are a lot of realtors who are posting on Instagram, but you can't really tell if they are an agent or if they are just trying to be a celebrity. And this is why this is, once again, so important. You can only be one of three things. So if you're trying to be a contributor or connector, you want to make reels or content based on answering questions and things of that nature. So one of the things Ron and I work on, we search questions. I'm gonna show you guys how to search questions connected to things related to real estate that people have questions on, and then we make videos around that, and then use the titles of it to be able to connect with people. Looking at the Instagram topics tab. How many people on here, when you make a reel, you use it and connect it with a topics tab? Not a hashtag, but the topics tab.
What does that mean?
Naya? Oh, you raising your hand or you clapping like, yeah, I do?
You're saying me.
Are you clapping or was you raising your hand?
No, I was saying, you said how many people, and I was saying me.
Oh, you do? Okay, excellent, excellent. Who said, what does that mean?
Of course, me.
Okay, it's fine, because my next slide is on there. Anybody else? Does anybody else use the topics tab when it comes to making posts and reels? Okay. All right. So the topics tab is going to be your best friend. I put example there, but I moved it to the next slide. That's why you see the example. And then celebrities, you want to create a page of information to gather because you never have time to interact with people, right? So you just post things, you're not looking to reply to comments, you're just looking to go and dump, and everybody goes crazy because, you're doing this walkthrough and people saying, oh, this is beautiful, oh, this is nice. Yeah, girl, I see that you went to this restaurant, blah, blah, like those are the celebrity type of posts on Instagram. You're not looking to necessarily educate, but you're looking just to have people run it up and comment. So the topics tab, when you make a reel, this is something unique to Instagram. If you are trying to grow your audience on certain things, you are going to use the topics tab. Real estate, you have the ability, you all have your own tabs. So if it was me and I was like, I am trying to grow my presence and audience in within the Baltimore metro area in order to grow my presence, because I have 50 followers, 75 followers, 100 followers, I'm first going to gear my content around this tab. Once or twice a week, everything that I post from a reel is going to be around this tab. And I'm going to show you all how to use these tab terms to grow your audience in the 2 slides from here. All right. But here are some common topics tabs that you all can utilize to grow your business. So starting with travel, right? So technically, if you go to a neighborhood in Baltimore, Columbia, Silver Spring, wherever it may be, it can fall under destination. If it's a new community neighborhood and they have like a pool or they have like a community space, something like that, you can do outdoors. If there's certain landmarks or destinations, you're in a major city, and you're in a major city like DC, you can use landmarks and destinations. If you go to a restaurant that's nearby, you can use the tours and attractions tab. If hotel and lodging is nearby, you can use that tab. So use a tab associated with that. Same thing with food or drinks. If you're in an area and you want to highlight an area, I would stop by a local restaurant, find out what food on the menu that may be good, do a reel around that food somehow being included in there, and then use one of these checkoff tabs. And then when in doubt, if you don't have anything else to say or do, it all connects to entrepreneurship or small business. Questions about the tabs? Tough crowd, man. Tough crowd. All right, so YouTube. YouTube is probably one of my favorite apps because you're able to grow your SEO a lot easier and your followership a lot easier because it all shows up on Google, right? So same thing as before. If you're a connector or contributor, you want to make a short and long-term or long-form video with really hyper-focused titles. I'm going to show you all how to make some hyper-focused titles using some search engines. You want to create subgroups. So on your YouTube page, you will have tabs and you can have subgroups for titles of videos that are connected to something. So if it was me, I would have one for buyer, one for seller, one for renovation, one for first-time home buyer, one for new build, and then make content that fits into those tabs. Because what happens is if you're on YouTube, I don't know if you ever noticed it, but if you're on YouTube and you watch a video and you don't hit skip, it's going to go and jump to the next video. So when it jumps to the next video, a person will be able to follow and see some of the other topics that you have written down and connected to. But I absolutely, if I had to pick one of the apps, I would definitely say YouTube. Questions so far? So YouTube, when you're looking at YouTube, SEO and hashtags are important, right? Search engine optimization, for those who don't know, is very critical. Social media is for people to verify, but Google and search engines are what's going to really push you to the next level. So if you are a realtor right now, what I would begin to focus on, one, is purchasing a domain and build a website, not a link in bio. Here's why. All of the things that you're doing in your accomplishing and all the success that you're having, it needs to be searchable. I'm sure that it's searchable, right? So the only way to make sure that it's going to be archived is by having your own domain name. Now, all of it can connect back to your main real estate page, but you need to have somewhere where your information and your presence is going to be housed at. Next, you want to begin building blog posts with topics of interest. This once again is going to help you. So for those who are doing the home buyer website workshops and different activities in the community, the give backs and all those different things, if you had a website and then built a blog post about it, that is the gift that keeps on giving. Why? Because you can hyperlink certain businesses, certain topics, certain ideas that you may have can all become bloggable and then searchable, and then your name begins to pop up. You will develop consistency in your name and branding. Why? Because in Google or on the web, all your information and stuff has a place for it to be housed at. And then last, you can flood the internet with searchable content because it all can point back to your website. So every time you have an event, every time you have a video that you need to post, you can have it connected to your website. And then you want to make sure that with all your information, that your address and contact information is all consistent. And you're able to do that by having a website. Because if something changes, you just update the website. Questions so far? This is a quiet group, man, I tell you. So the gift that keeps on giving. So now that we talk about building a presence and having those things, how many people have your broker mentioned to you, hey, you need to develop a drip campaign, you need to build a drip campaign, you need to have something, well, like all those things, right? Has your broker told you that you need to work on your email and building your database, things of that nature? Yes, no?
Yes.
And you're wondering, like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to build my database, I don't know how to do that.
Yes.
Here's how you're going to do it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to buy one of them $3 Etsy templates. And actually, because you guys are here, I will send you a rough template of some kind of guide, a one pager that you can work on to give potential clients, right? And you're going to begin to craft it in a way. And I want to show you step by step on what I did in order to find a topic that is that causes people to think or want to learn more information about, right? So, in the top of the year, you begin to see everybody talking about getting a headshot, right? So, the topic that I have is how to master the headshot, how to prepare yourself for the perfect headshot session. Everybody always asks, like, Austin, how do I prepare for this? I'm nervous. I don't know, what to do, what to wear, things of that nature. So I said, cool, I'm going to make a newsletter in order to draw interest for people who may be interested, make them download this free guide to prep. If I get 10 people to download, maybe 1 or 2 actually purchase the headshot, it's a win. Same thought process with you all. There's some piece of information that people are going to be interested in, but they don't know where to get the information. If you have a free guide for them to be able to download, use, or utilize, you then know what they're interested in. So then in turn, you put them into a subgroup that you can continue to nurture and develop information for. And I'm going to show you all the process. All right, so resources. These are resources that you all absolutely need, and you don't have to screenshot because I'm going to give everybody the presentation. So starting with one, when researching client topics, the 3 things that I use on a regular basis are 1, Answer the Public, 2, ChatGPT, and 3, Google Trends. These 3 websites are going to give you data-backed or search engine-backed topics and ideas to help grow your business. If you know how to ask it the right question, it's going to give you the right piece of information to build your basis on. 2, When you talk about distributing information to a community so that you can grow, you're going to utilize apps such as MailChimp, MailerLite, Constant Contact, or ManyChats. I personally have not started with ManyChats yet, but I am going to. And for those who may be interested, I'm probably going to post a late night Zoom link one night, possibly tonight, because the college literally just sent a message about being closed, about how to build a ManyChats link. How many people have seen, been on Instagram, somebody says like, yo, I'm giving away blah, blah, blah. If you're interested, comment me in the comments and I'll be sure to send it to you. How many people have seen that before?
Yes, and I was just wondering how they automated that.
They automate that by using ManyChats. ManyChats has a
Yes.
free option. So when we talk about building this guide, here's how you can distribute it, and it automatically sends it to a person. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
figure it out. So if y'all are interested, I'm probably going to try to work through it later on. I'll make a
Okay.
post or send an email. But yes, it is a step-by-step on how to automate and make that action happen, right? Building an affordable website. What I personally like, and it doesn't have to be a lot, is Midphase. Midphase, you can get domain name and website, an easy click and drag website builder for Midphase under $100. It's probably the best investment you can have because you can start putting things such as your events, client reviews, testimonials, videos, whatever it is, onto these websites. And then 4, you want to begin to collect reviews for your SEO. So like Google My Business, Video Ask, or you want to invest in a computer hard drive so that you can begin to collect your client testimonials on your cell phone, but not bog down your cell phone. And then when you do have a website or place to store it, you would then be able to utilize and do that. So before we go into the apps and how to be able to use the apps, I want to thank everybody for joining in. I will pause the recording and I guess quote unquote reward those who are able to attend in person, the actual flow through and work through on how to be able to build and send out some of these community things. If you are interested in getting this information, I would encourage you to follow up and reach out in the future for some of our future classes. Thank you. Let me hit pause. So going back, as I said before, you typically going to have Google search, or as you know, like I said before, YouTube. YouTube is connected to Google, so you have the ability to, when you post content, have it show up on Google when it is SEO optimized correctly. All right. So somebody give me a topic connected to real. No. Somebody give me a niche of real estate that you are commonly entering in or focused on or around.
First time home buyers.
All right, so I'm gonna ask them the question, the topic first. Home buyers, Baltimore City, right? And we're going to see what. Uh-oh. Did I use up all my searches? Shouldn't have been. Oh, it's gonna make me log in. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so with Answer the Public, what it's going to do is when you give it a topic, you got to be very specific. It's then going to give me questions that people will typically ask. Some are good questions, some are bad questions. So, first question is first time home buyers in Baltimore City. First time home buyers in Baltimore City is a very common. Where do first time home buyers start in Baltimore City? First-time home buyer programs in Baltimore City. Does Maryland have a first-time home buyer process? Who qualifies as a first-time home buyer in Maryland? First-time home buyer programs in Baltimore City, where you start the home buying process. As you can see, some are repetitive. First-time home buyer programs, blah, blah, blah. That's a lot of them. Where do you start? Where do you begin? What do you do for Maryland? Things of that nature, right? So here, there are 37 questions connected with the topic. The next thing you would do is save the image. Once you hit save the image, it'll allow you to save it so that you can write down the questions. So essentially the image saved here. See if it'll show up. Everybody see the image?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so we will begin to write down some of the questions. So let's say I'm gonna start with one. Like, where do you begin as a first-time home buyer process, right? So the guide that I might make, the 2-pager that I showed you all, is where to start as a first-time home buyer in Baltimore City, right? Because that sounds like a catchy topic that somebody may be interested in, right? Yes, no, maybe so.
Right.
Oh,
That's the
yes,
is
I'm
a
sorry.
catchy topic.
Yes.
All right, so going back to it, where do I start as a first-time home buyer in Baltimore City? That's gonna be the topic. So somebody write that. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna go through the full process. You're gonna do it through and through. Topics. Where to start as a first-time home buyer in Baltimore City. All right, so I have my topic, right? So the next thing I'm gonna go to is ChatGPT. Because I already have my question, and for every topic that we have, we're gonna rinse and repeat it. So I'm gonna say hello, good evening. Hello, my name is Keisha Hopkins. I am a realtor in Baltimore County, Maryland. I am looking to create a free 2-page resource guide to give to new client leads. Can you create a topic list around the topic? Can you create 3 to 5 touch points related to where to start in order to become a first-time home buyer in Baltimore City? I will later add graphics, but I need to know what 3 to 5 touch points in a step process items to talk about. Let's see, I was very specific. Let's see what's going to say. First thing, you need to understand your financing options. Does that sound solid so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Choosing the right neighborhood. Home searching and working with a realtor. The home buying process from offer to closing. And selling in your new home in the community. Right?
Yes.
So from here, I would, let's just say hypothetically, is this guide. I would change the topic of how to become a first-time home buyer or 3 to 5 step process, whichever one it is, on becoming a home buyer in Baltimore City in 2024. in 24, right? Here, I would have some kind of intro of who you are, the topic, the idea, blah, blah, blah. And I wouldn't say in this issue or in this topic, we will cover in whatever the 5 topics are, right? So going back to ChatGPT, it says, no, that's the slides. Hold on. It says understanding your finance options, right? 2, choosing the right neighborhood. 3, working with a realtor. 4, the buying process from offer to closing. And then 5, settling into your new community. So literally, those would be the 5 things I will list here. So if somebody knows on what they're going to expect. On this page, I would then begin to build out those 5 things. With photos. So I would somehow begin to build that out. At the bottom, of course, you have your contact information, your email address, your website, and all that good information, right? So imagine you now have your guide. You took the time, you have your guide, everything's good, right? The next thing is, okay, what I'm going to do or what I need to do is build a landing page. I'm going to show you guys how to build a free landing page on MailChimp. MailChimp's a free guide and free resource. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to make a campaign, make a new campaign, right? Oh, they changed everything out. Oh, here we go. All right, so you want to go back.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like an issue with the router and Echo device. Try restarting them.
Thank you, Alexa.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Hold on.
It looks like an issue with the router and Echo device. Try restarting them. Unplug both of them.
All right, so first, once you log on and do everything, you're going to go to all campaigns. Then you're going to go to create new. From create new, you're going to want to create a landing page, right? So landing page, what do we think we want to call this landing page?
Same title as a newsletter?
Yeah, the same title.
That sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next, I should have told you this before. You're going to make an audience. Your audience will be what?
Your business name?
No.
Real estate clients,
what?
client
Who what?
looking for housing in Baltimore
First
City.
time home buyers?
Thank you. First time home
Yes,
buyers.
first time home buyers.
For
You know what I
2024.
meant.
So you
Austin,
wanna-
this page that you on right now, what website is that? Like, how do we get here?
MailChimp. And it's free. It's all free. So once you're in MailChimp, you select a template now. They have all different kind of templates, blah, blah, blah. I would tell you to be basic unless you have, unless you just had a branding session Sunday and have some good images that you want to, look to utilize and things of that nature. Otherwise, you'll hit the grow your list because that's what you're trying to do, grow your list. From here, it's pretty simple. You're going to hit replace. Go hypothetical. I'm going to insert a logo just because I'm just showing you guys you're not married to this, blah, blah, blah. Becoming a Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then some words.
Oh, I love that. Austin, yes. Can you send that to me? I feel as though my name is in it. It should just come to me.
Mm.
All right, so I'll copy and paste this so I can send it to my Keisha later. All right, so straight to the point, right? So in here, what kind of information do you think is important if you're trying to collect something?
The name, I mean, all but address.
Email
First
address.
name, last name. They gotta give an email automatically. First name, last
Okay,
name.
first name.
I would say,
Telephone
yeah,
number.
you don't need a phone number,
Mm-hmm.
But everybody don't check their email.
but just remember you're doing an email list. All right. All right, so now we have our little subgroups. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna change the subscribe button. Click to download. So now, once you do it, it's going to send you to a confirmation page, right? So you can say success. You now add to the audience. Click to download your web guide, right? I'm gonna select this, highlight it. It says click to download. There's like a small paper clip. I'm gonna click that, and it tells me the URL page, right? So because I've already designed this, all I have to do is click, hit public view link from Canva, and paste it there. Oh shoot, didn't do it. Copy, insert, right? So now the guide that I made is now connected. Boom. So when somebody types in the information, oh shoot. Boom. So now it's there. So they have to give up this information in order to get the guide. Save and close. It's going to walk me through. Before it's all said and done, this is the URL. So I would click and take this URL. Once I hit publish, I don't want to publish it because I don't want another web page. And MailChimp for the free one limits how many web pages you can have. And because I'm gonna, be using this for a couple other weeks, so I'm not going to do that. But all you literally have to do is hit publish. You have the link, and then you just put this link as a link in your bio, and then tell people, hey, you want to know how to buy a home in 2024, but don't know where to start? Download my 5-step free guide to learn the process so I can stay connected with you. And there you have it. Thoughts?
It seems pretty easy to do.
Extremely easy. And then that's how I would, from start to finish, research a topic, use ChatGPT to create an outline, make a guide, link the guide to a downloadable, and then build my audience. Because then you know people who download that guide are interested in that topic. So then you feed them once a month, once every other month, topics around that topic. So as I begin to stop sharing, and I will